Gonna have fun in the booth right now. I just gotta wait for everything to be live. It looks like we are now live and we are green. It looks like we are now live and yes, we are green on Iowa. Welcome everybody to what is a very hurried NARS Cup Series. This being the All-Star race at Iowa. And sorry if I sound a little bit hoarse. Allergies have been really kicking my ass, so it's really been affecting me pretty good. But right now, it is John Waterforce in the 17 out to the race lead. Slick Nick, who started P2, fell way back. And Aussie Rules up to P2. Who is that? That is Amar in the Hendrick Motorsports GC. Number 5. That's a beautiful number 5. I like that. The Chevy Goods NASCAR Heat specific paint scheme. But Aussie Rules up into P2. Are we doing stages or no stages? I kind of missed that bit. 67 laps. I do not believe there are stages in this race. It is a 67-lap sprint here for the All-Star race, just as a kind of a funny one. Whoa, and there goes a car going way high. Snowy. That was Hockey Bukaki in the 1. Diving to the inside goes the 1. They're 3 wide for P2. And the 5, the loser of it all. Hockey Bukaki still goes up a spot. Ozzy holds on to second, but man, Hockey Bukaki running it right to the wall. Now side by side with Amar is the 1. And look at Ozzy just sending that thing into turns 3 and 4. Jet Blast in the chat. Hockey Bukaki filling in for Jet Blast in the 1. He's racing the 1. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together because that's right. Hockey Bukaki just drive the 10. Told you it's been a very tiring week. But we're going to keep it together here for the 67-lap sprint. And man, it's a lot of drivers testing the running lines, but it is John Waterforce still continuing to run away with the race lead. It does look, though, like Aussie Rules is starting to close in. Right now, the gap about 4/10, so a little under half a second. It's bouncing between 4/10 and half a second. But man, Amar and Rillo going at it for position. Rillo in the 96. Snowy to the inside. Rillo gets into the wall. Here comes the 9 to his inside. Move the 9 up +1. Oh, Rillo into the wall again, gets beat in the back. T-Dog having to make evasive maneuvers, but that was the 48 that beat the back off of him. Oh, sorry, the 25. Running a 48 style paint scheme. That's Zach N6 confusing the crap out of me. D'Artagnan in the 14 still trying to find his footing here. Meanwhile, John Waterforce continuing to not lap the field, but lead the field. The gap now over half a second to about 3/4 of a second. Meanwhile, the 5 and the 1 continuing to do battle for position back here in P3. All right, now that we've had a couple of laps to follow along with the 5 car, starting to run away with the position off of Hockey Bukaki. Hockey trying to keep that high line going, but so far to no avail. Gap to the leader went from about 0.8 of a second down to about 6. Now half a second. So the 19 starting to hit a rhythm here. That long run speed starting to show itself a little bit. Right now 54 laps to go. Oh man, as soon as I say something, into the wall goes the 19. No, he didn't hit the wall. It looked like he did on the stream, at least from what I see. And now this battle for the lead getting closer and closer. Amar running away from the 1 of Hockey Bukaki, who's slipping now. The long run speed not prevalent there for the gear wrench Chevy. We're going to try and get back up to the race lead, where it is starting to simmer. Still about 0.3 of a second, but that gap is continuing to shrink, 10th by 10th. You just see the 17 being able to just wrap the bottom a little bit better that time. Allowed him to get that full car length plus back on the 19. You can see him just ever so coming into view from the look down cam. Not, ooh, yellow on the track for, oh no. So after 20 laps is a caution. Sorry, I was in the middle of setting up during the drivers' meeting, so I totally missed the rules for this race. Waterforce leads them down for the first round of pit stops. John Waterforce will lead them out. The 5, pretty much everybody actually stayed relatively where they were, so not a whole lot of shaking up going on pit road. That'll be good. We got about 20 of 67 laps completed. 21 actually as they crossed the line to complete lap 20. So 20 of 70. 22 of 70 laps complete. They're gonna duel them up. Go back green this time. Green flag is out. And the 17. Look at the 38. The 19 falling. And there goes the one of Bukkake. John Waterforce, though, continuing to lead, but we run along with Snowy right now, who has moved that 38 up to P2. Then it's the one of Hockey Bukkake behind him, and Ozzy, who now has some work to do. Bukkake gonna run the bottom. And he will take ownership of second. Now looking for the lead. The one. Oh, contact with a 17. That's going to jump Waterforce out of line. One missed his entry. 17 fighting back, though, on the outside. Side by side for the race lead. Meanwhile, that 19 of Ozzy Rules is not out of this yet. He's now through to third. And he's using the outside line to do it. You can make passes on that outside line. You can use it to get a run. Here he goes to the inside of Waterforce with it. And now peek into the inside of Bukkake, who has been in love with that Larson line. Elects to play defensive through 3 and 4. And oh no, Waterforce falling through the field. Into the wall went to the 17. And boy, what a bunch of positions he just lost. 48, I think that said, the laps to go. 43. But Ozzy Rule is in the 19, trying to hunt down the 1. Snowy. And behind these guys, Snowy and Rillo going at it for position. Rillo will take away third. Man, Waterforce, after being so close to the front, or leading this whole race basically, did not get back from that into the second segment as much as you wanted to. 17 then gets into the wall and loses a ton of time. And now mired back in traffic is your original pole sitter. Meanwhile, Ozzy Rule is still in the hunt for Hockey Bukkake. Boy, Jet Blast is going to be pissed if Hockey Bukkake wins in his car. But we got some action going on back here with the 5 and the 25 going side by side for position number 5. Second, 6. Oh, into the wall. 19 loose out of 4. That's going to kill his run. No, sorry, the 19 got into the wall out of 4. Wasn't that he got loose, he made wall contact. So that's entirely different. And Snowy now gets by. And quickly back around goes the 19. But for a brief second there, Snowy was in sole possession of the second position. And man, Hockey Bukaki is just running away from the field. Meanwhile, the fight for P4. Oh man, can we see 3 wide for 4th? Maybe by a nose, but not good enough for me to count it. But Amar trying to get that inside line to stick just enough so that way he can get by Rillo in the 96. Now Zach N6. The 25, not the 48. Already made that mistake once. Oh boy, they're getting ludicrous. Now Aussie Rules and Snowy going toe-to-toe again here for P2. And man, that one car is loving all of it. He's like, yes, please keep going on and fighting each other. Leave me out of it. 32 laps remain. And this race is going to go by pretty quick. Especially with no stage breaks. Nascarillo and Zach N6. Looks like Nascarillo will be able to hold on to that 5th place position. Now battle up at the front. Oh no, never mind. Another caution is out. "30 laps to go." So in this little segment, we got to see Hockey Bukaki dominantly lead this field around this very short oval. Now we see everybody come down, make another round of stops. And now as we look into the entrance of turn 1, all the drivers are on pit road, so we await their exit. And Hockey Bukaki does hold on to the race lead. And to keep with the way he's been running, he elects to go on the outside here for this upcoming restart. Never mind. I was entirely wrong. Hockey Bukaki will elect to go to the inside. Oh, shit. Here we go. A lot of drivers electing to stay on the inside. That allows Slick and Nick to move up to what would be 4th. And we are back underway. Slick Nick starting to fall. Actually, no, he just settles into the 4th position. I thought he was going to fall a little bit there. Rillo now getting all over the back of the 9. applying the pressure. Now we look at Aussie Rule trying to make up that gap towards the one of Bukkake. He's really giving this one car a run for its money. Oh, Bukkake goes way wide. Aussie closing the gap. Oh, and my producer wants to come over here and get right in my way. My little orange fuzzy ball producer. Man, this battle for the lead was really intensifying, but Bukkake able to figure it out to get it back planted on the racetrack. So he's able to get a little bit more breathing room between him and Aussie. A little farther back, Nascarillo running that high line, trying to find a way around, or did use it to find a way around the 9. And these two up at the front, so equal right now. But Aussie's got to figure something out because that one looks like he's starting to pull away just a bit. Now the gap to the leader, about 3/4 of a second. Just want to make sure my stream is live. Sometimes it likes to skip on me and I don't notice. Look who's coming back up through the field. The 17 of John Waterforce gets that 17 Ford back into the top 5. Oh boy. Some jostling of positions. Snowy and Aussie going at it. That brings Nascarillo into the fray. If they keep that up, it'll bring John Waterforce in there as well. As we know, that 17 has top 3 speed in it. Qualified on the pole. Led the entirety of the first segment. Right now is just falling into a little bit of a hole. See, they got about 27 laps of fuel remaining. That last time by was 17 laps to go. Wow, this race is absolutely soaring by. And speaking of soaring, Bukkake is soaring away with the lead. At 19, losing track about 0.6 of a second right now, which isn't the worst it's been. It honestly looks worse than it actually is. Waterforce up to P4. He got by Snowy in the 38. Now has to make quick work of the 96. And another break in the action here for what is setting up to be a potential 10-lap shootout. One last chance to get your stuff together. Oh, and what a shakeup we have here. Aussie rules. Now we got 12 laps to go, so we're going to be doing Alright, so they're allowing the 19 and the 9 to, because we got about a lap or two left of running around, they're going to, 19 and the 9 will come down and fix their damage, rejoin the field. Now the 19 and the 9 wait for the field to catch up as we set up for our 10-lap shootout. All right, here we go. 10-lap shootout to decide it. John Waterforce leads him to green. And Aussie Rule is clear to the second position again. Now, what does he have for the 17? 9 to go. Oh, he really dove it into 1 and 2. Oh, and here comes Bukaki in the one, trying to get to second. Oh no, and now we're 3 wide for P2. Bukaki so used to running that higher line, didn't really pan out. Through 1 and 2. That allows John Waterforce in the 17 to break away a bit. Now Rillo. Oh, Aussie rules. And Bukaki trying to run down this race leader. It is 6 laps remaining, and he is starting to close that gap. Bukaki, through the last 2 segments, has been very fast. But how quick will he be in getting to the 17? Because that gap is really starting to close up. I do believe that one is there. Hockey Bukaki now to the outside of John Waterforce for the race lead at the All-Star race. Can't get it done that time. Nascarillo trying to shove his nose in there. Oh, the one let up. He had a run Foreman off of that turn 4 exit. Hockey Bukaki slamming the door. Here comes Rillo to the outside. Now still side by side for P2. Rillo to second with a run. Can he make it happen on the outside? We got 3 to go. 3 laps to go, and Waterforce has to play heavy defense. Wow, what a great corner by the 96. Just held that yellow line so good, and it keeps him within striking distance. 2 to go. Oh, man, they're touching bumpers. You can put a blanket on the top 3 in a straight line. At 17, so good through 3 and 4, but Nascarillo has been good at... Oh, and that was it. John Waterforce is your All-Star Race winner. I lost count of the amount of laps that we had left. I thought we had 1 more lap, but apparently not. John Waterforce did everything to hold off the 99 Arillo and the 1 of Hockey Bukaki. Then Slick Nick 4th. Aussie Rules rounds out your top 5. Amar 6th. Snowy 7th. T-Dog 8th. Zach N 6th. 9th and 10, D'Artagnan. So we will get oh my god, and of course appearing offline. There we go. All right, we got John Waterforce up in the booth now. Is it just gonna be you, or are we doing all three?
It's just winter. That's the exhibition interviews.
Oh, well, damn. Now I feel bad for sending the invites to the top three. Oops.
Well, while he's here, you can go ahead and interview him.
All right. Well, now the NASCARilla is here. Man who finished in P2. I know we were just going to do the winner, but I like talking to people. So, NASCARilla, you got your ears on. Yes, sir. Well, hey, man, you gave a very, very valiant effort there at the end of that race. I mean, you drove right up to the bumper of that 17. What more did that 96 car need to be able to overtake the 17 to be able to get the win? Yeah, no, I mean, now I know that this is just an exhibition race, but are there things that you can take from this race that can help you out as we get into the second half of the season? All right, brother. Well, hey, congratulations on a runner-up spot, and we will see you next week. And now we get to the race winner, Mr. John Waterforce in the 17.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Well, I mean, you came out of that last segment with the race lead for that 10 lap shootout. Walk me through the thought process getting ready to go when you were getting ready to go green for 10 laps of straight defense that you had to play.
It made me sweat a little bit. I was out of breath. Just kind of held my breath for the last 5 laps. I noticed they were back there, kind of swapping positions around, and they were 3 wide, I think, at one point. And I'm thinking, just stay 3 wide, and I can just ease into this. But they got straightened out. Hockey was really really quick, and it didn't really come out of nowhere. And it was just making sure I had the bottom line protected. I was not good on the top line. I didn't want to be forced in a situation where I'd have to run the top. I wanted to make sure I protected the bottom, stayed on the bottom. If they passed me on the outside, then it is what it is. But it was very stressful. uh, I will say that, but it feels good to finally win. Um, Even though it's an exhibition, a win's a win in my book. So very very happy on that.
Yeah, and I know you had that little bit. The middle part of this race was pretty tricky for you. I know you had some trouble on that outside groove in that second segment. Walk me through the mindset of having to, of making that mistake, getting mired back to damn near the end of the line, to having to work your way back up on a track where it's pretty tricky to pass in some scenarios.
Well, where I messed up was I actually took too much fuel. Um, at the end of segment one, I took too much fuel, and I didn't realize it until I started going a little bit slower. People were kind of blowing by me. Um, but I walled the 96. He, got to my outside kind of at the end of turn two, and I was trying to pull it off of him, make sure I didn't wall him, and ended up walling him anyway. So I just give him the spot, and that's why I was back there. But I figured out at that point, being back there, I figured out that I don't want to be on the outside because I was getting really, really loose. I didn't like it. So I learned, I figured that out, right? And it is hard to pass here. There's no doubt. It's hard to pass, but I kind of willingly went back there just to just to see, um, just see how my car was in traffic. You know, if I were to be in that situation, and I wanted to give the 96 a spot because I walled him. Just felt like I needed to give him that spot, and ended up being back there. But yeah, it was tough on the outside. There was no way I was gonna be able to be competitive on the outside.
Yeah, I know you were talking about how this is, a win to win in your book. Does this win, even though it's not for points, at least give you some confidence boost now going into the set? Now that we have two races left in the regular season to get you ready for the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like I'm pretty consistent, and I've messed myself up this year in some races. I've just done things that I wouldn't normally do, made mistakes I wouldn't normally make, but we're all human. We make mistakes, and but I think that you know I've won the pole the last 2 weeks, and I get more excited about winning poles than I do races. To be honest with you, I love winning the pole for the race, and you know I felt a little faster. Like I feel like I'm doing a little bit better when it comes to putting down good times and being more consistent and being more competitive towards the front. And Martinsville's not really a track I'm very fond of, but um, I think I'll be okay there. And in Kansas, it's just who can run the top the best. I'm usually pretty good at Kansas and the playoffs. I mean, there's one track I really want to win at in the playoffs. There's one track, and that's my home track, Darlington. That's the track I want to win. If I don't win any other race this year, I want to win that one. Um, but yeah, I think that it does help. You know, yeah, I can win. I can still win. You know, I can put it together, and it makes me feel pretty good.
All right, brother. Well, hey, congratulations on the win tonight, and we will see you next week.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, and Hockey Bukaki pieced out of here before I could ask him any questions. So I guess we will wrap it up for tonight. A little bit of a quick one here for all you guys who tuned in tonight. Yeah, only 45 minutes. That is incredible, but I guess there's nothing else to do but wrap it up from us here today at Iowa. A very exciting all-star race that came down to the nitty-gritty. John Waterforce, though, able to play defense for 10 straight laps in order to hold off Nascarillo in a hard-charging 96 car, running close behind in second to get the win in the all-star race. And then next week we have Martinsville on tap, so that'll be a great time to another short track. A lot of beating and banging and a lot of tempers flaring. We look forward to seeing you guys there. But for tonight, my name is Wellbridge. This has been the NARS Cup Series All-Star Race at Iowa.